Okay, so I'm just gonna have to get to it. This is my review of MSC. Now, I didn't want to do it because usually I really don't like to leave negative things. And I actually like the boat itself. But I have to be real about my experience. One, first issue I encountered when we got there, my mom could not get into the security section. Unfortunately, they were unable to read her birth certificate, so she was denied boarding. So that's the first thing that happened. But before she was even denied boarding, she had to go over to guest services. So they escorted her from the line to guest services while I continued my check in process. So while I'm dealing with all of this, worried about my mom, I get to the second section, which is where I'm supposed to be priority check in. I have a video about how that priority check in went. And I was actually very much discriminated against because I guess it looked like I didn't belong in the priority section. That was number two. Now, we get on the boat. The rooms are supposed to be done by 2 p.m. We got on the boat around 12:30. Our check-in time was 12 o'clock. Got in about 12:30. As soon as I was done dealing with the stuff with my mom, it was literally time for us to board. Like we were next. So perfect timing. Unfortunately, my mom did not get on the boat. Now we get on the boat, we go to our room. I drop off my things. When I first looked, everything looked like it was clean and fine. We dropped off our stuff. It said cleaning in progress. They allow you to drop off your things and go about your day so that they can finish the rooms, which is what we did. So we left. We came back to the room probably like 3:15 because everything's supposed to be done by 2. When I get back to my room, on the surface it looked clean. But when I went over to the coffee area because they had left me a bottle of champagne, I lifted up one of the coffee. It's like a glass, and I went to go get the glass, and I lifted up like the little cover on the glass. There's old coffee stains on the cover, and I'm like, no. So it's not really clean, right? Then I'm like, okay, so that kind of pissed me off because I'm like, why is somebody old ass coffee here? That's the problem. So then after a few, I'm like, okay, I have to really use the restroom real quick. Like, let me get the little one there so we can go talk to guest services, get somebody to just come check the room because I just had a feeling things just were not the way it's supposed to be. Go to the bathroom, couldn't even use the bathroom, couldn't put my little one to use the bathroom or nothing because guess what? There's old piss on the toilet seat. Behind the toilet seat, there's like a circle of old ass piss there. And I'm just like, oh my God. I didn't even bother to check like the back part of it because I was already like, y'all could have bleached down this bathroom, which is why I had brought my own bleach and all my stuff, like little bleach wipes and everything. But I'm not bleaching down the bathroom before you've already cleaned it from the next person. Like it just, I'm not cleaning up nobody else's piss. I didn't come on vacation for that. So that was the second thing wrong with my room. So then I start inspecting the bathroom. I'm checking like the soaps and everything like that. Empty. I have an attitude. So I go, I talk to guest services. But before I talk to guest services, I called the cleaning guy in the hall and I'm like, hey, like this is my room is still dirty. I hope that maybe, you or somebody else would be able to come and clean it because, it's still dirty. And I showed him, and he was a very nice guy, and he did come and he did clean the room. But again, it was an inconvenience for me because now I have to leave the room, use the bathroom around the ship if I needed to, and then wait for him to come back and clean or finish what he's doing and then come back and clean and stuff like that. So ultimately, he did clean it. So I did go to guest services. I did talk to them about it, and I'm like, hey, they cleaned everything, but whatever the case may be. So they did send the assistant manager over, who was really nice. And they did offer like some additional bottles of champagne, some macaroons, and a free mini bar or whatever. So I did take that. But that experience was not the greatest. And honestly, I had a long day, and having a long day, already having issues with the staff downstairs, and then getting on the boat and having a dirty room really, really bothered me a lot. Um, then after, I wasn't able to use, I had a whirlpool suite, so we weren't able to use the whirlpool right away because it was New York, it was snowing, and I understood that. Like, that's not even a problem. And honestly, I don't even like whirlpools and jacuzzis and stuff like that. I just got it because I wanted the space. Um, but when I did get an opportunity to go and look at it when it was filled up, I have a video of that, and I'll insert the video and the pictures after I'm done talking about them. I noticed that the whirlpool was dirty. It had a whole bunch of sand in it, and it had yellow marks all around. And I'm just sitting here like, there's sand in the jacuzzi, which I'm not saying that sand should not be there. It just should not be there when the new guest is there because it should have been cleaned. And then there's like a big yellow ring around the jacuzzi. So unfortunately, when I was sitting there putting my feet in and I'm looking around, I'm like, let me just get out of here because there's a lot of things that just don't feel pretty okay with me. So I just sat there and took the video and then I just left because I wasn't really happy with it. Now, those are the things. Now, I wasn't offered like any compensation or anything like that, and it's fine. I just took the champagne. I'm really non-confrontational. I don't want to fight with anybody. I just want my stuff to just be together. So I didn't make a big deal about it. But I did talk to guest services about my mom who couldn't get on the boat, and the lady said, if your mom is denied boarding for any reason, we offer a 50% refund. Partial refund for whatever you paid, you get 50% back. So I'm like, oh, that's good to know because, I want to know, like they denied her boarding because they couldn't read her mom's name on the birth certificate. So she said, yeah, that's like how it goes. As soon as you're off the boat, you call MSC and they will do that for you. So now I have this whole experience. I go on to make the best of my experience. I'm just like, whatever. And I just had fun, I'm like, I'm not gonna let anything else bother me. There were little things in between of things that happened on the boat. And this is my second time on the boat. And usually it's issues like the juice machines are not working in different sections, like the plates, certain plates, like when they're washing them. I don't know if people are rushing, but like sometimes the plates still have things on them that show that they're not cleaned properly. So those little things started to add up and bother me for the length of my trip. But again, like I'm really not a complainer. I really try my hardest to not complain, okay? So fast forward, I go ahead and I call MSC when I get off of the boat, probably like 2 days later. I'm like, hey, I'm supposed to get a refund. What I was told from MSC is I'm not getting a partial refund from my mom not getting on the boat because it's a documentation issue and they're just not going to pay for that, and that I should use my insurance. So, lesson learned, even if you are denied boarding for any reason, they're not refunding you for anything. They offered me $50 back for the taxes, but you know, I don't want the whole entire amount paid back for the trip. It would have been nice though if they had at least offered like, hey, we'll cover your deposit for another cruise. And then I probably would have been like, you know what? Let me try another boat. Let me try like another location or something and see if maybe I would prefer like another MSC boat or something. However, I think this is my last time traveling with MSC. So I don't think I will be back on another MSC boat after this experience, unfortunately. So that's my little review. I'll definitely, out of 10, I would have to give them like a 4.
She said it's just a little too late, a little too wrong, and I can't wait. But you know all the right things to say. You know it's just a little